It's 104.3 Myfm. Jon Comouche. We're right here in the performance studio with the boys of Almost Monday. We got Cole here. We got Luke here. We got Dawson here. Boys, thank you so much for coming in. Yeah. I've been hearing your song. Dude, it is everywhere. Like, I was just in Vegas this last weekend, like, walking through Planet Hollywood, and I felt like I heard my hometown band on the speaker, you know? Wow. I was like, dude, that's Almost Monday. Yeah. Do you guys hear your song when you guys go out? Like, do you hear that?
Man, thank you so much, by the way. That's sweet. Yeah, I've heard it a few times. I think the first time we started to hear our music, I think we were all together at Whole Foods. Do you guys remember that? And we were, like, freaking out. And we're all like, shh, shh. And everybody's like looking at us.
That was a big moment for us.
That was a big moment.
Time?
You know what's funny? I've heard it on the radio just driving, but it's always funny when like your mom's friend like texts your mom and it's like some like super like funny selfie video like it's in here like, and then it comes to us. But it's so cool to see that. I feel like it's really weird and special and cool. And
do your mom still get excited to hear it?
Yeah. I think they'll always get excited, you know. Because, you know, we've been at this for a little bit, and you do so many things every day, but it's not always kind of perceived by other people or even family. So it's cool when it's like, you know, there's moments where they get it. It's like, oh, we're on the radio.
Does it feel different right now? Because I understand you guys have been doing it for, 10 years now, I think? Yeah. And then now you're getting a little bit more traction with this song, and it feels like every time I see you, you're doing something that's the next step, whether that's Kimmel or whatever it is. Yeah. And do you feel like you're at a different level now? Do you feel the climb?
Yeah, I think so. Kimmel was cool for sure. Like that's hard for it to not feel cool, and we always joke like it's kind of the thing like kind of Luke was saying, like, you know, when you go to Thanksgiving or like the family events, like your uncle like thinks you're like, oh whoa, the band is doing something. Like when you like get to do like late night, like that feels like a tick. So that felt cool. But I don't know, man. It's just like the funny thing about being in a band is like, at least to me, it's just like try to make great music and just go play it live and like, you know, find the people that, you know, want to come see you live. And it's kind of simple. And then, you know, everything that comes with it is kind of, I don't know, extra, but that's just the mission is people that love the music, come see it live and put on a good show. So
do you kind of feel like you peak in the summer a little bit? Like, you know how like werewolves come out when the moon's out? I feel like when it's 75 in the sunny, like you guys just pop out of the waves and it's like, it's our time, dude.
Yeah, probably a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the music's pretty reflective of us as people, and we love where we're from, San Diego, which, we got.
We have a little connection.
It's
right down the 5 freeway.
Yeah, dip in the road, man.
I always tell people, like, I'm from Orange County, right? But I feel like San Diego is like, when people imagine California who haven't been to California, I think they're imagining San Diego. Right. Like, I truly think that. When I'm down there, I'm like, wow, this is next level.
Yeah. That's so real, because, like, when we're touring somewhere, and we're explaining like, or somebody's explaining who's never been to California, and you show like they totally are like, yeah, that's it, right? Yeah. And like, I think when you come to LA, like, if you're not expecting what it is and you think it's just this beach like thing, you totally can be like, wait, this is California. Like, what?
Do you like intentionally hold San Diego close to your heart? Like, is San Diego, when you think about it, is it just a city that you're from, or is it like part of who you are?
You know, I think the more we tour and the further away we get from home, the more it means to me in terms of, like, home's always, like, a restorative place. You know, I get to travel all around the world and see really cool things, but there's something different about, you know, driving my car and, like, seeing a random friend on the sidewalk. You know, it's just like, oh, it's, like, community and health. So, yeah. And I think, again, as Dawson said, the music kind of embodies it. And I always think if we were a Seattle band, we'd probably sound a little different.
A little more gloomy.
Probably.
The sun's not keep on shining there. You know what I mean?
It does not, no.
Yeah, that's true.
So what does a perfect summer look like in your mind? Like, I think you just said you went surfing a couple of days ago. Like, it's cool that you still find time for the things that you love. Like, what does your perfect summer look like?
I mean, this summer is going to be real cool for us because we're going to be in Europe doing a bunch of festivals. So, we love playing festivals. So it'll be a good festival summer for us. But, surfing, hanging at the beach, you know, the usual.
Yeah, mine's like just like grab a sandwich. Mm-hmm. The boys
cream of the crop.
The boys are at beach. There's some waves. It's a little swell, little combo swell. Show up, little yerba. Boys, that just simple, like a good hang, and just get roasted, and then the next day like it turns into a tan. That's like probably my favorite summer day. Pretty, a little cream of the crop maybe. Board and brew maybe.
Oh, Oh, dude,
Mm.
Gordon Brew.
maybe.
Yes.
So good.
Yeah, that's. Oh.
What is it like? What is it about surfing for you? Like, why do you feel like is it that something that you still hold on to real tight? Is that like also part of kind of who you are? Is that a staple, or is that kind of just a hobby? It's just the stereotype of being from San Diego. That's what people assume.
Yeah, Cole just got super barreled like last week, and I was really jealous of that on the ski.
Yeah, I mean, surfing's kind of, we've all been surfing for a long time now, so it's kind of just like,
Actually, how me and Cole met.
yeah, true,
is-
yeah.
Yeah, Cole's like a really good surfer, like very good, and I met him in high school, and he was wearing this like neon orange and blue wetsuit, and just doing like hucking these huge airs, and I was like, whoa, that kid shreds. And then I like ended up at his house, and then found out he played guitar, and then I was like, me and Luke are starting a band. Do you want to be like? So I guess surfing in a weird way is like kind of how our band started
The
too.
origin story.
Origin story, yeah. So it's a big part of it, I guess.
Yeah, and we were talking about it the other day in the studio, but surfing's like, there's a few different things like it, but surfing is one of those things that demands all your attention and makes you present. Like, you don't have your phone, you're sitting in the water waiting for a wave, and it kind of involves all your senses. And so there's few things in life that can do that, and it's really refreshing. Like, it gives you more capacity by just being present for, a couple hours a day.
Do you feel like that's kind of how you have to lock in on stage too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. The more present I am, the better I play, for sure.
So when you guys all get together and you're like, boys, we're starting a band, like, is this just like a high school band at first that just morphed into something serious, or from the get-go were you like, no, we're taking this like to the top?
I think like whenever you're starting a band, or I don't know, but for us, or I'll even say for me, you start a band. And if you're starting a band, you're probably like delusional enough to be like, oh yeah, we're going to be the biggest band in the world. But I also think that delusion is kind of like a superpower, because like the older you get more like, oh, this is how the world works. But when you're in high school and like in a garage with your homies, like just playing an electric guitar, you're like, oh, this is it. This is huge. And I think we've always we've been in this band for 10 years, so we've always just loved it. Like, and I think you just have to love what you do. Yeah. And we've always just loved being in a band. And, probably still delusional enough to think like, oh, we can be the biggest band in the world. But I think you kind of have to keep that a little bit, in my opinion. Like,
I think you're so right, but I feel like as you get older, I feel like that delusion's harder to keep in your mind,
Yeah.
Because like
Yeah,
realness
well,
starts setting in, like
you start seeing like the patterns of like the way the world works, and then it can discourage you. But when you're a kid, you're just like, plug in, baby, we're going to the top. Like, let's do it. And then we just kept doing it, and we're not at the top by any means, but we're sitting here and doing an interview about our tunes, so
right.
we just stuck with it, I guess.
So like, where do you how do you draw that line of, or how do you keep yourself in the right amount of delusional? Like, how do you stay there when the world starts to creep in and it sounds like it's getting hard sometimes? Like,
Yeah.
how do you keep that?
I think fun is a good way. Fun and wonder, I think, are two things that I try to like. Because I think the second you stop having fun, that can make things feel probably more like, okay, what am I doing? So having fun doing it, and then just like, we live in a wonderful, it's a heavy world too, but there's a lot of great things, like when you travel and meet amazing people and meet amazing crowds. Like, we just did our first headline tour in Europe, and you're meeting these people, and like they're such cool people, and your music means something to them. So I think just like, at least for me, keeping that, like those two things, like a priority to like link into, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, and what I think is so special about that sometimes too is, I think I was seeing I think it was a TikTok of yours that was saying that your song's climbing on the top 40 chart, but is it true you're the only band on that chart?
Yeah, it's kind of true. I think there was like Bon Jovi and Pitbull was there too that I found, and I was like, okay, Bon Jovi's a band. But I don't know that the list I saw, maybe the Marias were there too, and they're a dope band.
But even then, like, I feel like 20 years ago, you could say like, name a popular band right now, you could rattle them off. But like right now, is it more challenging to be a band? Like,
yeah, well, it shocked me when I like looked at it. I was like, wow, it's crazy. Like, there's just not bands like maybe how they used to be. And I was like pretty stoked on it. I was like, dude, we're just this band from San Diego. Like, how are we there? Like, what? I felt like proud to be a band. Like,
has it been harder, do you think, being a band, like trying to keep yourselves together? Like, why do you think there are less bands now?
Man, that is such a good question. I don't know. I was thinking about that. I was talking to my friend about it the other day, and I was like, I wonder why it's like I don't want to say easier. It's not easier to be a solo artist, but it seems like there's a lot of like solo artists that are just super popular. I don't know, like because it used to be like popular culture used to be like Oasis versus Blur,
Totally.
and that's like pop culture. Like who's gonna win? Like
Everyone was playing Guitar Hero. You know,
Yeah,
like,
like-
there's something cool about that.
yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's somebody probably knows the answer. I don't.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like music and just life goes in different pendulum swings, you know, go all bands, then maybe more singular artists. I think being a band, it's kind of hard because you got, at least 3 heads here that have to
Three
decide.
divas.
Have to decide on
mission.
things, and that can be a lot harder than just if you're one person. But I think if you can figure out with more people, it can be a lot more fun.
Did you know other bands like around the time you were coming up playing surf shops and stuff? Like, did you know other bands trying to do the same thing?
Oh. Yeah.
There are bands around.
Yeah, friends band
Newt.
Sunroom.
Newt band, dude. Heavy. Yeah, this band, our friends, this is so crazy. This is lame lore, but it's like our surfing buddies started this, like, I don't even know if you can call it a band, to be honest.
It was a group.
It was a group, and they played before us, and they literally, like, the speakers started smoking. Like, they didn't fully light on fire, but their guy, like, connected the bass, like the sub, as like the main speakers and cranked it. So we like went up, and the speakers are smoking at our friend's surf shop, and they're heavy, man.
I feel
Shout
like
out
that's
to Newt, the
kind of
band.
sick, though. I feel like there's a market for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
There's
all
something
those
there.
guys, man. That band, Newt the band.
What do you think's been like the best part about being able to be in a band and like kind of experience this together? Like, what is the highlight for you guys?
I mean, we kind of have a shared memory bank. That's pretty cool. Like I will fully not remember like an entire week or something, and they'll help me remember moments. And I think that goes between each other, which is pretty cool. Just like get a shared experience, because you can experience the coolest things in the world, but if you're by yourself, it's not as meaningful.
I feel like sometimes like the best part about a night out is like the next morning recapping the night.
yeah,
It's like more
yeah,
fun
yeah.
than the actual night.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
100%.
So to have people do that with just like
We
it
always
sounds
say
like-
to like, like one of the cool things about being in a band and like touring is you kind of just like smush in like 5 years of like experience in like 2 months. Like you just jump in this van and just don't stop, and you're like, whoa, like that felt like we just lived like 5 years of life, and it was like a month, and you're like, wow. So it's fun to have, like Luke said, like to like relive all those memories and be like, wow, man, like remember that one night in Prague? And you're like, yeah, we did that. So crazy. Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Are you guys still in a van right now when you're touring the U.S.?
Yeah, the Green Machine.
The Green.
Green Machine, man. Me and Luke like went in there and we're like, we're gonna buy it, and we like tried to negotiate with the guy, and he's like, nope, that's like we failed. but-
Holding firm on the Green Machine.
Oh
huh?
yeah, we're trying to be all
We
like,
were very poor negotiators.
yeah. I think
Yeah.
it like went
Well,
up.
and I think Dawson and I said it, but
AC too, man.
we
The AC didn't work. Yeah.
yeah, the AC was that's
Part of
how-
the experience.
Yeah.
though, right? Yeah.
But we were gonna buy the car, and they were like, he's going in the back room, whatever. I think he's just leaving, talking to his buddy, and coming back, just a scare tactic. But I think Dawson was like, and oh, by the way, we're all putting it on a card, so don't worry about it.
Like it's all cash. Like it's on a card.
Yeah, and he was like, you mean a credit card?
Yeah.
And we're like, yeah, and he's like, oh, that's gonna change.
Yeah,
and
he's
the
like,
price.
he's like,
I think
oh,
the price
actually,
went-
it's all credit. Okay, I need to actually go back, and it went up. And I was like trying to make it like, by the way, dude, credit card all on it. Like he's like, okay, I need to go talk to my manager again. It went up like another $1,000.
Is it all worth it though? Like, is the Green Machine still like part of the boys?
After we got the AC fixed, because we didn't know in our test drive, but when you go above, or when you went above 2,000 RPM, the heat would start pumping when you had the AC on. So touring in August throughout the country, just sweating with no AC.
Homie
so
bought
brutal.
some ice, like
Yeah,
like a
driving
bag
through
of ice,
Arizona.
and just put it on his body.
Yeah,
Just drive.
Yeah, imagine
Driving
this.
through the Sahara.
We drove from New Jersey
Oh,
back to home, back to San Diego.
Oh, yeah.
In like a series of 2 or 3 days, had to be 3 days. And I was driving in through the Arizona desert. Everyone's shirts are off. All the windows are down. People have headphones on because it's so loud in there. Get a bag of ice on my lap, and we're just cruising, just like, please get us home.
Yeah.
So it was a memory for
that's
sure.
like legit. Like that's like those are the days that you're gonna look back at sometime. Hopefully, you know what I mean. When you have a massive tour bus.
I
And
thought I
like,
was
Exactly.
dying, dude.
I
It
bet.
was so heavy. Oh, hectic.
does a song come out of something like that?
It should.
Probably should. Yeah.
Yeah, probably should. I guess coast to coast, shores of the drive from New Jersey. Where's Cape Cod? Is Cape Cod?
It's like
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
Yeah,
somewhere,
okay,
right?
yeah.
Close-ish.
Yeah, we drove coast to coast. So, anyway.
So when you're thinking about the next step right now, like, is there other music that's in the can right now? Like, not in a rush by any means. I know we're still all loving like songs of the summer right now. Can't Slow Down has just been massive. Like, we're hearing it everywhere. Are you working on new music? Are you writing that on? Are you riding that train, so to speak?
Yeah, we're leaving soon to go to Europe for a month. So like basically every week we've been up here, or Luke and I have been coming up, and then we're all getting in the studio up here. So yeah, been on a mission. Keep writing songs. I think that's the thing. I think like today more than ever, you kind of just always, or maybe this has always just been the thing, but like kind of just always need to be writing music. And I think it just comes down to like if you love it, like you do it. You do what you love to do. So love making songs.
I
Try to
love
make
that,
more of
man.
them.
And speaking of, I would say definitely song of the summer material. But if you had to go, each one of you guys, what is right now your current song of the summer? You got to pick. Can't be your own music.
The gun to the head reaction for me is like probably what it was last year, but Gentle on My Mind, Glenn Campbell, which I don't even know if it's like very summery, but it just kind of carries every season for me. I always want to throw that on.
Yeah, I don't know if I have one yet. I think I'm still waiting for that song to present itself.
I feel like we all kind of are, right? Like it's
Yeah,
it's been an interesting summer.
It's
yeah.
on the. It's summer is coming up.
right.
The sun is coming up, but I think sometimes too I find the song of the summer retroactively.
Yeah.
You know, you look back and be like, oh, that song reminds me of it. Yeah. But I'm on the hunt, so we'll see.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm also on the hunt for that. What's that one? That Lazy Wax, is that what the band is?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I think the song's called like Cantina or something like that. I don't
Yeah.
remember, but
That's a good vibe.
I love that, man.
Uh.
Well, in the meantime, I hope Can't Slow Down is the song of the summer that everyone looks back at and they're like,
Yeah,
dang,
me
that
too.
was
Man, I received that.
song of the
We'll take
summer.
it.
Let's do it, man.
I received
Appreciate
that.
you guys coming in. Almost
Thanks,
Monday.
man.
Thank
Cheers,
you.
man. Thank you.
Cheers.